Good afternoon, Archbishop Mark O'Toole. Thank you so much for meeting me. So I'm Dorothy Mensah-Aggrey from the Institute of Pastoral Initiatives. And Archbishop, yesterday when you shared your story, it was hilarious about the chicken. But I have just two questions for you, if you don't mind. In Evangelium Guardian, paragraph 160, Pope Francis quotes the Great Commission passage in Matthew chapter 28, verses 20, citing the need for ongoing formation and maturity in the faith. What are some of the ways that catechetical leaders and formators can ensure mature development in a joyful atmosphere?
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Dorothy, and to greet our listeners and viewers. I think there are two directions to try and develop a joyful persona in the communication of the faith. Firstly, we must go inwards in our life, so whatever contributes to developing an inner Christian life. So that would be one's prayer, one's participation in the sacraments, one's reading of the scriptures, one's quiet time, one's participating in the life of the church. Develop that personal relationship with Jesus Christ. We can't communicate to other people what we ourselves haven't got. And so we need to feed deeply of the Lord and encounter them in our day-to-day. The second thing to remain joyful is we must go outwards to others. We must encounter, particularly those who are furthest from the Lord, to be able to bring them the good news. Because when we meet somebody who doesn't know Jesus or doesn't know the beauty of an encounter with him, they challenge us and they invite us to hold on to that joy. So I think those are the two main ways.
Yes, going out to, and some people need to tell me, then you sort of shy away, so I like to go out. Now, my second question is, Pope Francis also references the way of beauty as a means of proclamation of the gospel. How can ministries thrive when countries are torn apart by war, people are dying in efforts to escape, and there are even factions rising within the church? How can one encourage those who have lost faith to acknowledge the way of beauty?
I think it's really to move from just an intellectual understanding or engagement with the faith into something which is much more deeply of the heart. And beauty, in whatever way we experience it, touches the heart. It's St. Augustine who gave us this, spoke of this as the via pulchritudinis, the way of beauty. And it was a way not just of experiencing beautiful things, but whenever we experience something beautiful, we experience God. So we've got to try and, when we look at going to a beautiful church, a piece of art, a piece of beautiful church music or singing, all of these are different instruments that the God of all beauty has used in order to show something of himself. And the wonderful thing about an experience of beauty in the faith is it's non-controversial. We don't get into arguments or fights about it. When we experience something beautiful in the church, we know that our hearts are touched and other people's hearts are touched, and that brings us closer to Jesus. Whatever the sufferings, whatever the traumas of the world, we must continue to invite people in our countries to that experience of beauty. And of course, we must work and pray for justice and for peace in those troubled parts of the world. Have it in your blood.
Yes, I know that my faith, because of going back and singing in the choir, the lyrics of the music, that is not my faith. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dorothy. God bless you. God bless you all.